Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Girlish. My name is Gage, and I'm here with my co host, Olivia.
Hey everyone, it's me, and my camera is currently off, but it will be on in a second, and we're gonna talk about why. But if you guys don't watch us like the video version, I highly recommend this episode. Please watch your video version because this
I
is gonna be
agree.
a good. This is gonna be a great episode. Do you want to tell them why?
Yeah, so this is our Pride episode because it's officially June, and that's the 1 month of every year when we get to come out of hiding under our rocks and be recognized as human beings. And it's also like the 1 year, like month of the year where companies try and convince the entire world that they're not homophobic. So
It's
we have a lot of,
truly
yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely gonna it's a month of acceptance, love, and a lot of money for a lot of these companies. But I'm excited to talk about it because we have so many we're gonna surprise one another with something that we did. As you guys know, Target is notorious for just their Pride collection every year. Typically, it's pretty bad, but we wanted to review this year, and so we both decided we wanted to buy something where we kind of show each other buy something that's either we love or we hate, we think it's weird, just something that we can talk about with one another and explain how we feel about this specific product, but also just go overall the entire Target collection. And
I can't stop laughing just because your screen's blurred. And like
I mean, we're about to have a
this
big reveal, like
it's
we
going through
will.
my head because
It's
we both went to Target. So I
right.
mean, I'm assuming my Target may have different things than yours does, but I'm just like, what the hell did you buy? Because
Yeah.
I can't see it, and it like the anticipation is killing me.
So I went to Target twice over the past week. So the first time I went, I didn't get anything from the Pride collection, but I did get a Pride product that I found somewhere else in the store. And then I went back again like yesterday, and then I actually bought a Pride product because I was from the actual Pride collection. And you'll see when I explain it in a second. But took so much time today setting this up that I'm so excited to reveal.
Wait, you had to
I
set it up,
I
bitch. What
mean,
is it?
you'll see in a second, but I had a right now the tissue is over my camera. So if you're seeing the video right now, it's just literally just a tissue, but it's going to be fun and a great reveal. And yeah, we can just talk about our thoughts over the entire Pride month in general and our feelings about it because we both have a history of Pride month, especially being quote unquote influencers or people that have made YouTube videos connecting with brands during this month. We definitely get hit up a lot during this time, even though we're very, 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 very micro influencers. We still get reached out to by companies here and there that want to have something to do with us. So I guess we want to talk about that and just our whole experience with Pride. Happy gay.
Happy gay and remember to slay.
Slay.
Yeah. So I guess before we get into our Target haul or what we did at Target and just kind of talking about Pride and companies in general, what are some of your experiences with Pride? Because I know a lot of people, some people are really into it. They're like, it's a time of celebration, partying, going out, going to Pride parades, things like that. But other people are the complete opposite. They think it's kind of unnecessary, or people are doing too much, or it's embarrassing that people are going to parades and wearing outlandish outfits and things like that. So, what are your experiences or thoughts around Pride?
I I like the opportunity that it gives to highlight voices. I think that's when I'm stressed upon the most is whenever a company like although I know it's a lot of times for profit, the moment that they allow the voices of the people a part of the LGBT community to be heard or their art to be shown, anytime there's any sort of direct sort of relief or direct representation of these people of this marginalized community, the LGBT community, that's when I think that's when I think it's beneficial for the community. But Pride overall, it is kind of frustrating to to see all these companies put these pride flags up every June, and I'm like, the second that June ends and those pride flags are gone, like they just take them off of everything. And so like that always gives me an icky feeling because I'm like, that's like, I don't know, there's just something dirty about it. It's like it feels like we're being our community is being used and abused. And to be honest, like for the most part, I don't really own much pride things. I don't know if you do either. It's like not something that like I mean, I don't mind when people are super like excited for the community, have their own pride flags, have their own like gay stuff, but I think the majority of the people a part of the LGBT community don't like have like what a lot of these people think. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know if you have feel the same.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's definitely a good thing. I mean, any type of exposure representation obviously is good. I feel like at the very beginning of my transition, I was probably a little bit more into it than I am now, just
For
because,
sure.
yeah, like I was like, oh my God, I found this new community. I'm so proud. And I'm proud of myself just in general for being able to come out and accept who I am. So that's kind of when I had most of my experiences with Pride. I went to the Pride Parade 2 years in a row when I still lived in Seattle, and that was at the beginning of my transition. So I definitely think there is a lot of excitement around Pride when you're new to the community. But as you kind of live your life and live as you want to for a couple years, it's just kind of like, oh, like, yay, it's Pride. But at the same time, I'm not going to walk around with a rainbow t shirt and rainbow socks and a rainbow backpack and like do all that type of stuff. And it's not necessarily because I am ashamed of being a part of the community, but I've kind of learned to understand, which we'll talk about later, that, companies just having products with rainbow flags on them isn't really doing a lot. Again, like I said, it's good to have exposure and representation, but we can get a lot deeper into what companies should actually be doing during Pride in order to help us, because there are a lot of companies out there that will slap a Pride flag on a box of macaroni and then turn around and donate to something that's not LGBT friendly. So, yeah, I would say my relationship has changed, but I still think it's a fun time, and it's nice to be reached out to by companies, even though I don't know, I just feel so popular during June. Like
Yeah,
everyone's
no,
trying to get in
same.
touch with you. But like you said, as soon as June is over, the second July starts, they don't know gay people anymore. We
Exactly.
don't
I mean,
exist.
Girlish sees like a huge influx during June, which I don't, obviously it doesn't bother me, but like it does break my heart a little bit knowing like we aren't worth anything after this month. Sometimes that's how it feels. So, and I'm like, okay, well, we just have to wait, a whole year for this to happen again and for us to maybe
We
get
should
a little
just
more
stop
exposure.
recording and only record during June.
Right? Honestly, we can just be the Pride Month podcast.
Yeah.
The Girlish Pride Month podcast. I love that. But I think overall, as like a society, it is beneficial. Like I can't imagine as a child being able to like walk into a store and see pride flags everywhere. Like we've come so far. I used to work at the University of Florida bookstore, and for Pride Month, my managers ordered like cups that were pride themed with like the UF logo, and as soon as Pride Month ended, like the company that like ran everything told my management to get rid of them. Like they shouldn't be sold anymore. And that was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. And my managers, the people that were running it, were gay. And the both wives, they worked together. They were both like pretty big managers there. And they were like, no. So they just hid it in a different like place, but still are selling it because yeah, I mean, and a lot of times it can be like that where, it's really just for show. But I think for the most part, being able to walk into a store and seeing that, you are accepted, there is a place for acceptance is really great, especially during this time where you're seeing politics attack the LGBT community. Like harshly, and sometimes I like get on Twitter or I watch the news and I get really upset. It like weighs on me heavily, but it's nice knowing that like even if the company is just trying to like take my dollar, like at least, in the end, it could be beneficial for kids who are confused or are worried that there's not a world that accepts them when, they can walk into like a fucking Macy's or whatever and see like a little shirt that says like gay is good or whatever, or slay, you know what I
Gay
mean?
is
Like,
good.
but yeah,
I
but I guess,
agree.
mhm.
I feel like there obviously is a benefit to having exposure and seeing things like that. Like 5, 10 years ago, you couldn't go into a Target and see products with the pride flag on it, or let alone like a trans flag or other identity flags. Like there's so many different places that you can see different identities. So that is something that is good because, like you said, there are so many young people out there that are potentially questioning who they are, and just being able to go into a big store like Target, Macy's, wherever you go, and see that they're selling products like that. It sends the message that, it's okay to identify that way. And I don't know if it's just me, but also sometimes I get secondhand embarrassment depending on what the product is. Like some of the sayings that they put on things are just so out of control and unnecessary, and it's like it's to the point where I want to like hide it from the shelves. I want to take it off the shelf and put it somewhere else because it makes me embarrassed.
Yeah, no, the literally same. I think there's a lexicon that has become very popular through drag queens, through black trans women, drag queens, and there's like a big culture that a lot of our lexicon, like our modern day like way that we speak, has been, taken from that. So like the word tea, right?
Yeah.
Like what's the tea? Like that's from like drag queens, like that's from drag culture, and a lot of sayings come from it. And yeah, you start to see them plastered on t-shirts during Pride Month, and I do get cringe as well. There was a show I used to watch, Broad City, and throughout that entire show they just always kept saying "Yas Queen," like that was the whole thing. Their like whole
Yeah.
personality was
Yeah,
them
I
constantly
know.
saying that. So that's, yeah, you'll start to like, once you go into a store you'll see a lot of these like sayings where it just, there's that like secondhand embarrassment. You're like, oh my god, what are they doing? Like,
Yeah.
who is actually buying this?
Well, me after today, we'll get into that.
Yeah, oh my
It's just
god.
like a lot of obviously the way that we talk, especially on TikTok, I've noticed like a lot of Gen Z using vernacular that comes from the queer community, like you said, black trans women, the drag scene. So it's like it's just funny to me that you can go and get a coffee mug with these things when I don't know. It's just kind of weird because I know most people don't really know the origin of where these words are coming from. And yet companies are kind of profiting off of those sayings and not really understanding the history of where they came from. So that's just kind of what makes me feel a little bit weird. But yeah, I think a lot of the companies that design these things with all of these really generic sayings need to hire us particularly, because I feel like we could just really point them in the right direction and provide people with a very quality pride line that's not embarrassing.
Exactly. And um I think that's what a lot of these companies miss with it, is that it's so out of touch. It really just seems like someone that's a hashtag ally who comes to these like, like pride events as like an ally, or maybe like have a gay cousin or something. And they are just like this marketer that has no idea about the community. They're just like watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and they're like, I know exactly what we need to make. So it really just feels like that, where there's it just feels a little out of touch sometimes, where it's like you have no idea, like we're like this othered creature that you don't quite understand but are really trying to market to. And it just feels weird, like we're this like unnatural alien thing that you're just really trying to understand. And it's truly just kind of, it's rainbow capitalism. And yeah, a lot of times it's dirty, it feels gross, but when they do it right, that's like what I look forward to. And I think for the most part, I'm seeing a lot of companies this year doing really, really incredible, great campaigns, and I'm just loving it so much. Seeing like what a lot of this money is going to, and like who they hired to be a part of this, or like how they ended up making their Pride campaign. I think TikTok has been incredible at bullying companies. I don't know if you felt that way, but like especially the last few years with
Definitely.
like the Target brand, it was so cringe. And then I feel like TikTok did an amazing job bullying like Target specifically. I've noticed like a bit like a better collection this year than ever before. And I think it's because Gen Z like has a lot to say and are really advocating to like make sure that these companies are held accountable for these like silly things and silly mistakes that can be easily corrected, um, based on, and we can get more into that and more into Target. Um, yeah.
I also think it's kind of funny going back to the TikTok thing and corporations, like a lot of big companies have somebody that runs their social media, and a lot of brands, it feels like they're trying to be quirky and like relatable to people, because like you'll go on a TikTok and someone's talking about Target, and Target's the top comment, and their social media director's like, "Oh yes, slay mama with your little cute cunty little sweatshirt," and it's like, why? Why did you say that?
Have
And
you
I've seen
seen
so many companies like talk like that, like they're actual people, which I mean they are, but like it's like calm down a little bit.
have you seen the Chipotle tweet that
Oh
like was
no.
that was in 2015? So
No.
I someone quote tweeted this recently, and it was a tweet from 2015 from Chipotle, and I'll send it in the chat right now to you. But yeah, let me actually send it to you in the chat. But it's so funny, and I encourage everyone to go look for it. But it says it's a burrito with rainbow colors, and it says "Homo estás," and it was "Homo estás very well, thank you." Hashtag love wins. And I was looking at the date, and Emily, my
Oh,
partner, was like, "Was that when gay marriage was legalized federally?" And I was like, "Literally, that's when it was legalized. That was the day that gay marriage was
please.
legalized." And Chipotle thought it'd be great to tweet out "Homo estás."
Not homo est. Oh my god, the top comment is love this.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
We stand Chipotle.
Also, I just want to bring up short the first Pride ad that I saw this year was for the Marines, which is so weird.
Oh
And
my god, you sent that to
they
me.
posted on their Instagram for the whole world to see a rainbow, like a helmet with rainbow bullets attached to it. Like, we
Especially
can't
with
even
like
be in the Marines. What do you mean?
exactly. Like I'm pretty sure that I don't know if the ban was lifted or not, or if it was ever implemented, but aren't trans people not allowed in the
Yeah.
military? Like what?
So take your little rainbow bullets and go somewhere else because I can't even join. So
Also putting like rainbow flag over bullets, especially after like the Uvalde shooting, was like
that's a
it's
little much.
it's a little much.
They're
Yeah.
like, oh, these bullets are specifically for you guys. We're going to shoot you all with them.
Right. Honestly, it feels like that. And a lot of conservatives thinking like the trans woman would shut up the school too. So I don't know. It feels pretty targeted if you ask me. And I'm pretty sure it's still up. Like it's
I think so.
crazy.
It's
That is
it's so
crazy.
embarrassing. Like that's going back to the embarrassing thing. That's what's embarrassing to me because I feel like a lot of the people that follow the Marines are, probably conservative or really into guns. So like the fact that they posted that and that's what they're seeing, it's like reinforcing to them that we're crazy because nobody asked them to put rainbow bullets on their Instagram feed. Like
Oh my
we didn't
god.
ask.
I wonder like I always think about like the companies during like Pride month like I'd rather them just have shut up and not posted anything at all.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, there's like a lot of like misses with companies that I want to talk about after we go over this Target thing. But I think it's right now is a good time to kind of jump into our Target little haul. But I
Yeah.
want to talk about companies that did great specifically this year, and then companies that did really bad. But yeah, we want to do this Target thing, and we're really excited. So Gage and I are going to be posting a YouTube video like a vlog where we went around Target and went through the Pride collections and give our thoughts over the Pride collections. So it was a little embarrassing to record in public, but I think it's
I know. My Target was, or the Pride collection was at the very front of the store.
same.
Um, and I was like the only one there. So I was like recording on my little phone all of the little gay things. And it was kind of embarrassing. But at the end of the day, nobody's going to hate crime me in the middle of
Ex-
Target in the Pride collection. So actually, they might, but I would be, wait, I don't know if anyone would ever stand in and protect me. That's besides the point.
But I thought it was really funny because when I was recording, as soon as we got there, Kim Petras literally started playing. So
Stop. Wait,
I
what
have
song was it?
um fuck, which one is it?
Was
It's
it
definitely
Coconuts?
it
I
wasn't
feel like that's too
Coconuts.
graphic for Target.
Do you remember what song was playing during Do you remember what Kim Petras song was playing when we were at Target?
Oh, it was the Give Your Heart a Break.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. They
Yeah.
said Google gay songs.
I wonder if that was like a playlist, but like, yeah, it was crazy when we walked in. That was the song playing. It'll be in the video, so I highly
That's
recommend
so
you go
funny.
watch the video and watch the thing that I bought and that we both bought. But I think right now is a great time to kind of get into it and show each other what we both bought.
I think you should
So
go first because
I know my camera hasn't been on this entire
this
time.
anticipation is really killing me. I'm
All
so
right.
curious.
So right so you first I'll like reveal myself on the camera, which again I highly recommend if you're listening to this on Spotify, just go to the app right now. If you didn't like watch the entire like the episode, just go to the app right now to watch this. But if you're watching on YouTube, please keep watching. But yeah, I'm just gonna do the reveal and then I want you to guess what it is. I'm what I bought. You'll know, but
So
like
am I
guess.
going to see it once you
So I wanted to set up my little space to be very reflective of this month and what it means to me as a gay person. Okay. As a slay, I'm wanted to slay with my background and have it slay.
Okay.
So in three, two, one.
Oh my god, the lights. Is it the string lights?
Yeah, the string lights were
I saw those.
let me see right
Stop, not
here.
the sleigh sign.
Right there, it was I'm pretty sure these are repurposed Christmas lights because they're just regular Christmas lights. I'm pretty sure the purple might be new, but it just seemed very Christmassy to me.
Your background's so
But
cute.
these lights are what Emily and I bought because I thought it'd be funny to have in the background and stuff.
That's so funny.
I had to remove the tissue. But yes, this is my setup for Pride. And I want to kind of go through everything because
Yes.
it's very, very gay in here. And I needed everyone to know that. But yeah, so for Pride, the campaign, the whatever, what is it, Pride at Target or something? Um, I got the lights. But also, when Emily and I were down the aisle, like the food aisle, Target has like their Target name brand, or it's like Market Valley or something.
Mhm.
They have like their name brand food. So they have cake and they have Pride cake.
Oh my
So it's
god.
not technically their Pride collection, but it's Pride cake made by Target. So we were gonna bake that, and I was gonna bake it to show you. But we were just like, you know what, it'd probably be better for a TikTok for us to just do that like after. And it was gonna take a lot of work because you have to like dye the each layer. So I'll probably do that later and I'll probably put on a TikTok. But yeah, I wanted to get this whole I have Animal Crossing hung up. I have a nice Crayola markers, sleigh, of course. Some nice rainbow guitar picks around. On this side, I have Hunter Schafer on on the back of I think this is a Vogue magazine. I have Phoebe Bridgers. We stand a little Bernie
Icon.
sticker. This is my or estrogen. And I don't know if you can see that thing right above it. That's a little Spyro tablet
You
right
have
there.
estrogen hanging on the wall.
Yep.
Okay.
This is probably gonna stay like this for like until I'm gonna be in my work meetings and they're gonna see this in my background. Um, but yeah, so a nice little array of things that I wanted to celebrate for Pride Month. But
That's
yeah,
so funny.
I saw the Target lights and I was like, we have to get them because it'd be fun to like hang up. Also, Stranger Things. don't know, I'm in the mood, I'm in the vibe. But yeah, I wanted to talk about it because I think I don't know, it just felt very Christmassy. But when I took it out, there are purple lights, which aren't really in Christmas lights. But I'm like, I just feel like they repurposed them, or maybe they just bought the bulbs or something. But it just was like funny to me. I was going through the whole like collection, and I just couldn't find anything that I like wanted to like have in my house because I was like, I don't know, like what's gonna actually like stick out, what's gonna be fun. Like, is there anything cute? I don't want to buy like they had like Little Nas X shirts there, and I was like, that'd be funny if I like bought and wore. But I want to know what you found because I'm really interested.
I feel like you, if this was like a school project, you would get an A. I would get a D because the effort, it's just on another level.
No, that's
Um,
okay. That's okay.
yeah. So I did see the lights when I went to my
Hmm.
Target too. I was like, oh, those are cute, but I didn't get them. And before I went to Target, I saw this TikTok, and this lady went to her Target and she found cat leg warmers that were rainbow.
I saw
And I
that
was like,
TikTok.
I need these. So that was my goal. I was like, I'm going to Target to buy rainbow leg warmers for my cats unless I find something else. And unfortunately, I didn't find rainbow leg warmers.
No.
So instead, since I'm a crazy cat lady, I still got cat toys, which I can show you. And I got them because I wanted to. Have you ever seen those videos where like they have their pet pick their gender identity or like their
Yeah.
sexuality? That's kind of what I wanted to do. So I got two toys. I had to literally dig these from underneath my couch because my cats went crazy over them because there's catnip in them. But I got this one. There's First of all, the brand is Quirky Kitty,
Oh, we stand Quirky Kitty.
and it's a little eggplant with a little rainbow heart on it for all the girlies and all the gays that love a good eggplant. And then it also comes with a peach instead if you don't like eggplant and you like peaches instead. We don't want to discriminate. Um,
Oh, okay, got it.
and then my favorite, this Yas Queen
Yes,
balloon,
Queen. Oh my
and
god.
also a rainbow crown with a smiley face because
Gays be
gays are
gay.
royalty. Oh my god, Jordan's like
Exactly.
about to. I'm just gonna blow them.
Aw.
But yeah, so like you were saying, we did a video where we kind of vlogged and talked about things. And when I got home, I took the toys out of the packaging and I was like, I want to know if Jordan and Nike are straight, if they're gay, or if they're bisexual, depending on which toy they gravitate towards. So I don't really want to spoil anything. So you do have to watch the video once it's on YouTube to see the sexuality of my cats.
That's
Because,
really good. I
yeah,
wish I did that. That's so funny. I'm gonna have
yeah,
to do it after. But yeah, you have to send it to me. I really want to watch it. When I edit it,
yeah,
I'll
it's
see it.
almost done. I almost actually finished editing it before we started. So yeah, that's what I got. I got cat toys. I just wanted to talk about some other things that I saw that were so funny to me. Like
Yes, please.
I saw this planter that said this plant has no gender. And I was like, well, yeah, we know. It's a
Well,
plant.
no shit.
There was also pride napkins, which I thought was funny. Like, have your little gay meal and then wipe your mouth. You're done.
Your little gay kiki. Oh my
What
god.
else did I see? There was sandals. There was a like this rainbow pillow that I almost bought that I actually thought was kind of cute.
I saw it too. We almost bought that as
Yeah,
well.
the rainbow pillow. I did see. We were talking about it before we started filming. I think it's Tomboy. Is that the name of the
Yes.
brand?
Yeah,
But
tomboy.
they were selling like compression garments
Hmm.
for anybody that wanted to like bind their chest, or they also had underwear for tucking too, which I thought was really cool that they would sell those types of garments at Target because like we have to go online and like search for independent brands that sell like things to tuck with or binders or things like that. So I thought it was really cool to have that accessible in such a big store.
Yeah, I saw the Tom. I bought a while ago tucking underwear from Tomboy, And so I know that they're a company that's reputable within the LGBT community. Yeah, they sell things like binders and stuff. I know a lot of conservative people were really angry because it's like they're like they're trying to sell, these like binders to like young kids or whatever. But I'm like, what they're doing by openly having access to that in Target or preventing like any use of any harmful things, because binding could be a really dangerous thing if done incorrectly. So actually having the resources like readily available to you, being able to just go into Target and buy it, that's like really an awesome step forward just for safety. Um, so that's super exciting that like that was the thing that they had. Like Target was able to have that. It would be cool if they did, which I didn't see that much of. Like I wish that Target made more things like binders or went out and made more like things like gaffs, because that isn't something that I saw. So it is interesting. Like I wish that's one thing that I do wish they had. But it was really cute because I did see a lot of kids pride clothes, which I've never really seen
Mhm.
before. Which there was like little like kid clothes with like, I don't know, like little pride logos on it. And I was like, oh my God, I want a baby
There
so
was
bad.
like little baby onesies that said
Yeah.
equality on it. I was like, oh, that's so cute. The little
I hate that I
baby.
like thought some of it was cute, right? It's just like, fuck, they got me.
Yeah, what I was just about to. Oh, I almost bought this. Did you see the candles?
The Stonewall candles,
Wait,
the
there's a Stonewall candle?
yeah, it pissed me off. It's called
Oh,
right here.
no.
It's called Summer of 1969, and on the top
Okay,
of it,
that's
did
what
you
it
see it?
was.
Yeah,
I didn't know what it was,
yeah,
but it's referencing Stonewall.
yeah.
Okay, because I was looking at one, it said like queer magic or something on it. I was like, okay, I don't know how they know how gay people smell, but
A queer
ew. They're
scent.
like, oh, we just encapsulated the smell of the air during the Stonewall riots, and we
Yeah,
just want everyone to smell it.
I hate that's the one thing I think nothing really upset me other than the Stonewall candle. And there was like a Stonewall shirt, which the shirt was fine, but for some reason the candle like upset me because I'm like at the top it like describes Stonewall, and it was like the candle, and I'm just like, ugh, that was such a tragic event. Obviously, it shaped the LGBT community, and it was like a big like the first sort of like collective like riot that happened, and so it's a very monumental moment. So I mean, I guess it's fine, but it just felt weird to me.
That's just
But
kind
yeah.
of weird,
Hmm.
like to make a scent like after something like that. I don't know. That's
Right.
weird.
It's like I don't know. I found it odd because it was such like a very intense moment. I'm trying to think of like something related to it. It's like because it was a riot, right? So I don't know.
The smell of blood and
the
police
smell the
officers,
the smell of glass being broken at or brick from
brick
bricks, and yeah,
undertones.
exactly. Oh my God. But yeah, so I thought that was like an interesting thing. There's a few other stuff that I saw. Oh, I don't know if you went down the food aisle at all, but
I did, but I couldn't find anything food related. I saw like other people like looking at food stuff and then like lip balm and toiletries and stuff like that, but I couldn't find anything at my Target.
so what I noticed and what I vlogged, and you'll see it in the vlog, but for some reason the liquor section, everybody is all about the gays,
Oh
like on
no.
the liquor selection. Like I feel like every big company has like a pride like bottle of like rum or whatever, like
The
what
guys
is this,
love to
or
drink.
yeah, Absolute Vodka. They have like a little pride bottle for Absolute Vodka. And there's just like so many, like Stella Rosa. There's like a little Pride one, but yeah, I recorded like every single liquor that I saw, like alcohol that I saw that had like the Pride logo on it, because I'm like, that's so that like you are marketing to the right community if you know that the gays love them some alcohol.
Yeah, that's so funny. I was trying to find um just like regular things like shampoo or lip balm or something because I've seen on TikTok people talking about like, oh my God, finally we have lip balm to put on because we didn't have it before. So just like random things like companies already sell, but they're just repackaging it. It's not even like they're making something new specifically for Pride. They're just changing the packaging.
It's crazy because I mean, I noticed a lot of that too. There was one thing that it was like a it was like a shirt that they were selling and it said like proud plant parent, and it was just like in the gay like section, and it was like part of the like section, and I'm like, why is that pride? Like,
Wait,
just because gay people like plants? Like, it didn't have any like logo, like it just said like proud plant parent, and it's like, what?
I saw a collection of shot glasses,
No.
and one of them said granola gay.
I saw those. Oh my god, I literally saw those. I fucking hated that.
I also saw a bath bomb. It was a part of their Pride collection, and it was like trans colors, and it was called the Rainbow Bomb. And it was like the description was a glittery, sparkled bomb of deliciousness with a secret surprise inside. And I was
Oh
like, oh
my
my god,
god.
that's me. Like, we all have a secret surprise.
There were so many, like, all the cringy ones, like, there was, like I mean, I saw, like, drag queen merch, like Bob the Drag Queen, I saw Little Nas X merch. One thing that I found odd, which, I mean, it's, like, fine, but, like, they had, like, 1 vinyl record. Like, you coulda had a selection of music, but there was just 1 vinyl record, and it was just Demi Lovato. And it was just a Demi Lovato, like, vinyl, and it's like, okay, like, why does their, like, vinyl need to be on display like this? But yeah, I was like, I wish that they would have put like maybe more queer artists, like a Little Nas X like record or like Kim Petras record, maybe like invested in that, but it was just a single like vinyl of that artist only.
Yeah, I agree. I think something that companies kind of fail to understand, especially like Target, when you already have products in your store that are produced by people in the LGBT community, like, I don't know, maybe there's like furniture or products from people in the community or like artists. You can showcase things that you already have that are created by queer people. And I feel like that's more beneficial than a t-shirt that says equality on it, because like there's so many people and so many business owners out there that are providing products that we use every single day, but nobody realizes that they're coming from people in the LGBT community. So just like uplifting business owners or artists or things like that and showcasing them and the talent that they have is something that I don't really see a lot of.
Yeah, it's and I think that's a really good point because I never really thought about that because you know that there's like a lot of these Target's notorious for having like bringing in pretty like it seems like indie brands into like their stores. There's like I just watched a TikTok recently of like um this Latina this Latin woman who or Hispanic woman who she has like a sexual wellness type brand that recently just debuted in Target, and she's like the first to have like her like sexual wellness brand be in like a store like that. So I'm like, that'd be really cool. Like if they were to like get those pieces that were specifically, you know, made by queer owned companies, trans owned companies, and like put those on display or like highlight those because a lot of it just feels very money hungry where it's like we're gonna make our own products and we're gonna take all your money. But like and overall, like I'm not angry with the Pride collection at Target. Like I thought there was a lot of cool stuff. Wasn't too upset with it. They did a really great thing at hiring actual queer artists to do a lot of these things. You mentioned like the pillow. I'm pretty sure like those there was like really cool designs. A lot of it was very like muted. It felt very 70s colors to me. It was like really really cool. The artwork was like done by really cool queer artists. And maybe that plant parent one also had art done by a queer artist. Maybe that was why it was in the Pride collection. I just thought it was like it felt like funny being there because everything else was so like slay. Um, but I think for the most part, I wasn't mad at the collection.
I wasn't either. And I know we're kind of being critical, but at the end of the day, it's always nice to have representation. And I think, I mean, I guess this is a good time for us to transition into getting deeper into pride campaigns, which we kind of already touched on a lot of things that some companies are doing that are helpful and what isn't necessarily helpful. Um, like representation is one thing, but at the end of the day, you really have to take into account what that organization is really doing in order to help the community. There are a lot of companies that will make a post on Instagram or send out a tweet saying that they support the community, but end up donating to organizations or things that are unbeneficial to us and are actually harmful to a lot of people in the community. So I think it's important to not take everything at face value. Like if you see a company that you like and you're like, oh my God, I'm so happy and so proud of them that they made a post on Instagram with a rainbow flag and said that they support trans people. Like on the surface, yes, that's a good thing. But I think you kind of have to dig a little bit deeper if you are somebody that really cares about ethics behind companies. It's really not just, it's a lot deeper than just posting a rainbow and moving on.
I think it's also important to call out to certain, like, if some of the companies that are doing this where they are saying like happy gay everyone, but then like, on the low key donating to people making and creating laws that are directly harming the LGBT community. um, Specifically, I have a few written down here. So Walmart, Amazon, and McDonald's have, this was an insider article from 2021, last Pride Month. They at that time had collectively donated over $1 million to lawmakers who voted against the Equality Act. um, you also have brands like, let me see. I wrote another brand down. Disney Plus. I saw that. I thought was like really. It frustrated me going on Disney Plus's. Um, I was like looking through things to watch the other day, and they had a Celebrate Pride Month collection, like of different series, and they have no Pride Month anything. They have West Side Story, the Glee, and like the Proud Family, and like evidently that's all supposed to be Pride Month related. And it's just because you have like a queer character adjacent doesn't make that Pride. Just because you have like, you need to like explicitly have content that like has queer artists in it, created by like queer people, and like showcase that, but they don't. And it is frustrating because Disney is notoriously like been very like wishy-washy about their gay rights and how they feel about queer people. So there's like a lot of these companies that are donating to like these really really awful causes, and I just think it's important to like, we need to understand what these companies represent, and at the end of the day, like they might be saying they support you, but like who are they giving their money to? United Health Group, AT&T, Duke Energy. Those are people that donated to DeSantis. And like, it's crazy because right now DeSantis is trying to take healthcare away from trans youth. So I think we need to really research the brands that we buy from, especially during Pride Month, to make sure that they aren't actively engaging with something that's harming the community. And it's just, they're just trying to create this face, but in the background, it's like wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, and it's kind of dark to think about just because they're profiting from releasing pride collections and going back and donating probably a lot of this to anti-gay legislature or like politicians or campaigns that are against the community. So it's like, I don't know, I just wish there was more of a focus on putting eyes on different people in the community and the things that they're doing and products and brands and services that people in the community are providing, as opposed to, I guess, it being more capitalistic and just trying to make money and profit. People, they know that people are going to buy Pride products during the month of June because a lot of people want to express themselves, but there are a lot of companies as well that will buy Pride products to show that they also support the LGBT community as well. So it's like a really big transaction, I guess, and we're not necessarily getting a lot out of it. It's just them making a lot of money. And it really does come down to the fact that, June is not the only month that queer people exist. Like there's 12, 11, I don't even know how many months are in a year. 11 months in the year, you know, like the whole entire year. And I did just want to bring up a company, Nike. They obviously do have pride collections as well, but something that I really enjoy or admire about Nike is consistently for the last couple of years they've had a lot of commercials, like mainstream commercials and campaigns that feature trans athletes. I know a couple of years ago they had Chris Mosier, who's the first trans man to make the Olympics team, which I thought was really cool. They also recently had Mara Gomez, who's the first trans woman to play soccer for Argentina, and also Leomi Maldonado, who's really big in like the voguing and ballroom scene. They did a campaign with her as well, and you know these commercials are shown on TV across the country during primetime shows. And I think that type of exposure is what we need, you know, showcasing trans people, especially trans athletes, since that is such a big debate going on right now, showing them and their element and the struggles that they've had to go through and things like that. I think it's really beneficial to have that type of representation. And most of these campaigns happen outside of June. So again, going back to the point, like it's not just Pride Month that matters, it's what the company is doing in order to elevate the community throughout the entire year. And there's also another sock company that's pretty big called Bombas, and they are a pretty sustainable company and they do donate a lot to other countries. I think they, for every pair of socks that are purchased, they donate a pair, similar to Tom's concept. But during Pride Month, they donate to BIPOC and trans individuals and help them with homelessness and transition related expenses. So, like, if you're going to have a Pride collection, I think implementing some type of system to donate that money to a cause that's helping the community is a way to show that you actually care, as opposed to just pocketing that money and doing whatever the company is going to do with it.
Sorry, my mouse messed up. But no, yeah, I think the best Pride collections come from companies that are actively giving back to the community when they're selling products and they're giving back to the LGBT community to help them directly. And one company that I thought was like doing a pretty good job. So Build a Bear, and like if we say a company and they have like a shady background with politicians, let us know. And don't take this off any like face value. Like we obviously aren't educated on the ins and outs of every single brand. We're just saying the things that we like about it. So they could be shady and bad in other departments, but just bear with us from face value. This is how we feel. Build-A-Bear has a really great Pride collection. I thought it was really cute. It's cute when it's like intertwined with normalizing near like I think the youth because it like helps people understand that like gay people exist, right? Like you can have Anna and Elsa have significant others in the Disney movies, right? That are men, but there's not that queer representation. So when I see kids having that representation normalized for them, it helps them understand maybe classmates or friends they have that have like gay parents, trans parents. They are able to be more understanding of the world. And I think that's really, really great. So Build a Bear released a collection, and their thing is it's really cute stuff, and I would buy one. I've always wanted to like go to Build a Bear with my partner so we can just build something, but they said that they're going to donate a portion of the proceeds to a Build a Bear Foundation to support organizations committed to the work of diversity, equity, and inclusion. So they're donating money, a portion of the money to themselves for D&I, essentially, which is odd to me because it's obviously a tax write off with it's their own charity. And it's also not directly going to the LGBT community. And so that's something that I feel is like slimy. So they're just like trying to work around showing like saying we're not profiting but they are profiting, and they said a portion. They didn't even specify what the portion was. It could be $1 for all we know. And so at that kind of stuff I think we need to be really wary about like what are the companies doing to like really help um, the LGBT community directly. So I saw a few companies that are doing a really great job. I want to like talk about them. UGG We stan UGG.
Honestly,
Um,
I need a pair of Uggs.
that's yeah, exactly. They teamed up with an activist that's a part of the LGBT community, and which I think is great. And they're like an artist for it, and uh, they're partnering with the Trevor Project and donating $125,000 through their Feel Heard campaign to advance organization's mission to support crucial mental health services and suicide prevention for the LGBT youth. Coach Pride. They have a Pride collection, and their campaign uh, will make donations to their longstanding LGBT partners, including Hetrick Martin Institution, Point Foundation, and Centerlink, to support their work connecting LGBTQ folks with supportive communities. So yeah, they are another company, Harry's Razors. 100% of the profits from sales of their like Pride collection set will go to the Trevor Project, which I think is really awesome. So I say, like, Google, look through the companies that are actually giving directly to the community, and I think that's what makes Pride Month the best for me, is when there is so much resources going directly to the places that need it, that will help the LGBT community. But also, if you are looking for a Pride shirt to like donate to the Pride community, mutual aids are really important, to like donate directly to a person in need, a part of the LGBT community. That's more important than anything else. So if you're buying like an UGG because you want to donate to like the LGBT community, but you don't need the UGG, like, obviously don't make them the middle ground. Directly donate to where it needs to go. But if you are in the market for them, and if you are in the market for these things, feel free. And obviously that's going to be really beneficial to the community as a whole.
Do you think Chick-fil-A has a Pride
Oh
campaign?
my god. I was thinking about this earlier. Someone made like a fake tweet about like Chick-fil-A, and I was like, "Wait, is this real?" About like they tweeted something and it wasn't real. I wish I had it. I probably liked it somewhere. But I have a feeling Chick-fil-A is going to stay as far away from this as possible. Um I was like,
I don't know why that popped into my head. I was like, I don't know, maybe if I go to Chick-fil-A, they'll give me like a Pride discount or something. I don't know. They'll just like not take my order and tell me to leave.
our pleasure. What do they say? It's our pleasure, my pleasure.
I don't know. I never go.
Yeah, I'm a vegetarian, so I love Chick-fil-A though. And the gays love Chick-fil-A.
Honestly,
They
it's kind of good. It's like one of those things we all know that they're homophobic, but it's like, come on, the chicken nuggets are good.
it's like, you know, I was gonna bring up J.K. Rowling. Let me just do it this once. It's like everyone loves Harry Potter, but everyone hates J.K. Rowling. Everyone loves Chick-fil-A, but everyone hates Chick-fil-A. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Like,
The perfect way to celebrate Pride, go to Chick-fil-A, spend a bunch of money on food, come home, and have a Harry Potter marathon.
that
The
sounds
perfect way
beautiful.
to celebrate Pride and the community.
I love that. I think I think that sounds like a wholesome day for that'll directly support the great cause.
Exactly. Because you're supporting organizations that love the community. So it's just a really good way to give back to them.
I love this. I love how chaotic we are. But have you seen anything with like have you seen the Tesla thing going around?
No, I don't think
So
so.
so Elon Musk is in the news a lot lately for a lot of reasons. But he's becoming this like this huge like I'm a conservative now because the leftists and like or the liberals and all this stuff. But so he recently tweeted, I wish I could find it. Oh yeah. He recently tweeted how Tesla scores 100 out of 100 for the seventh year in a row for LGBTQ equality. So there's a score. The HRC.org has like a score for them for the equality index. But then he responds to that tweet saying, "We are trying to accelerate sustainable energy. So what matters is how much someone can contribute to that goal. Personal choices are your own and are respected."
Yeah, I saw that
Mhm.
actually. Personal
So
choices.
personal choices. So yeah, because obviously being gay is a choice, and
Yeah,
we stand that.
it's a decision that we all make in
Also,
life.
Also, the next day, he's evidently laying off like 10% of like his employees because he has like a quote unquote bad feeling.
Ugh,
So yeah,
ew,
so I
not
think
choice.
that's like it
Makes me
frustrates
tired.
me, right? It's weird, but I think that's like I'm worried about that being the messaging in a lot of these campaigns. So just keep a lookout for like these types of messagings because I like overall Pride Month is really awesome in a lot of ways. It gives us great opportunities to, obviously expand our show and hopefully, we reach more people. We can guide people through, things that they're going through. This podcast can mean something to um, people that are in need, and maybe Pride Month will help us grow in that sense. And I think that's a really awesome, part of it. But I don't know, like there's equally something negative that like lingers, and I think we just, well, if we're aware of that, I think that's when we can, enjoy the good parts of this month.
I agree. Yeah, and it's not. I don't want anyone to think that we like hate Pride just because we're kind of criticizing some aspects about it.
Right.
We've said multiple times that it is very beneficial, and I think it's great that we have a month where we can celebrate who we are, and other people just have to deal with it. I think that's great.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think it's also important to kind of understand that just because a company posts something or they have something in their store, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're aligned with the community. And I think it's also important to acknowledge that there is a lot of, I guess, I don't know. It all comes down to money at the end of the day, unfortunately. And that's what a lot of these companies are doing when they make up their collections. So, like you said, I think it's important to be cognizant that these things are going on. But at the end of the day, this month is about celebration and all of the progress that we've made and being comfortable with who you are. So that's the most important thing to remember during June.
Yeah, and I want to give a huge shout out to like specifically the place that we host our website or our podcast on. I think Anchor and Spotify, they're very to their word. So I see them posting things about Pride Month, and like that's really really great. We also have a really great relationship with them, and they always do their best to amplify queer voices. So I mean, they helped us in the past where our podcast grew like so much because we were like featured on like Apple Podcasts because of them, and we were able to be featured on their own stuff. And so, anytime we have that opportunity, that's really awesome. To be even be featured on Anchor's Instagram account during Women's History Month, like throughout the year, they've always supported us. So I think that's really awesome, and I think that's like a good way to really promote during this month. Really support the community in that type of way.
I agree. Yeah. So at the end of the day, happy Pride, everybody.
Happy
We
Pride.
we're encouraging you to go to Target and pick up some fun goodies. It's just like it's fun to just go and look,
Yeah,
just to make fun of things. And not like in a bad way, but it's like it's just funny to have some type of commentary or look at what they think we want or like what we think is helpful. It's just interesting to see. And everybody needs just like some piece of furniture or like an appliance or a utensil that's just in your home that's just there for ironic purposes. That's just funny. I think everybody needs something like that. Like go get a gay shot glass because why not? Why
exactly.
not?
There's I don't know if I've showed this to you. I think I have, but give me 1 second because it's really funny. Um,
I'm scared.
so for Christmas, like this past year, my sister, I don't know how long she was holding on to it, but it was from the Pride collection last month at Target. And and it was and I think I'm pretty sure I've seen the mug like throughout the year, like they've kept it. They've like kept this products like on the shelves for like over like the year. But for Christmas, my sister thought it'd be a great idea to gift it to me, and I wanted to show it to you. I think I've showed it to you. I might have talked about it on the podcast. But yeah, this product is like, I wonder if I have it still.
Wait,
I
it's a
think I have
mug.
it still. Yeah.
Is it the one that says cheers queers?
No, 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 no. But it's something similar. I wonder if Emily can find it. She's looking right now. Yeah, she's coming back. So I have this beautiful mug that my sister thought it would be great to get me, and it says, "Ask me about my
Oh my
pronouns."
god.
Cheers, queers.
During your morning meetings, drinking
Right,
your
right.
coffee.
Oh my god, could you imagine during I should do that during my work meetings. I because I have to do I'm a co-chair for my job, and we have to like actually have a presentation this month, like to kind of like debut our like Pride network. They're also going to use my face on like social media, so that'll be interesting. But I should be like sipping on this when whenever we have our like big thing. I should keep this up for it. That'd be so funny.
It's so cute. You have Hunter Schafer behind you, supporting you behind you,
Queen. Where's
and
she?
Phoebe Bridgers.
We
Of
stand
course,
Phoebe
we can't
Bridgers
forget about her.
by icon.
My favorite thing actually is that the sleigh is like in order of the rainbow.
Is it?
It's
Oh yeah,
Roy,
yeah,
Roy
yeah.
G. Biv. The attention
Exactly.
to like I said,
As
the attention to detail. You would literally get an A+ on this project.
we were in the middle of talking when Emily finally finished it, and I put it up. So I didn't even get to see it up until I showed it to you. So yeah, I love my Animal Crossing. I've been playing that nonstop.
Slay.
Slay. But yeah, so I've had a really, really great time talking about this. I'm excited for you guys to see the video we're releasing. That'll be really fun. Yeah.
I agree. I like you said, I think everybody should be watching the video versions because I think they're fun. But I
Same.
feel like this specific episode is one that you want to watch just because I think it's so funny. Like, and I know yours is going to be funny too. So definitely watch the video versions and the vlog that we post as well. We do have a YouTube channel where we post all of our video portions of the podcast, but really all you have to do is go to Spotify and just click on it and you can see the video portion as well. It's super easy, but like if you're driving or something, you don't have to watch it, but it's really accessible to be able to see it on the app.
Yeah. And if you want to see, Gage test what her cat's
Oh my
sexuality
God. Yeah,
is,
you have to
if you want
find
to
out.
see Emily and I bake a cake, like go for it. Watch her video, and we are super excited to actually post our first vlog on our Girlish YouTube channel. You can just like type in Girlish on the YouTube channel or like YouTube art will come up, or you can go on our website, girlishpodcast.com, and all of our links are there. But yeah, thank you for listening to this episode. This was fun.
Yes, thank you all again. Happy Pride. I mean, it's still going to be Pride like next week when we film the next episode.
Yeah.
But still,
Happy beginning of Pride. A lot
happy
of great
beginning of
stuff.
Pride.
A lot of great stuff for Girlish this month. You'll see.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Thank
Let's
you
talk about it.
guys. We're going to talk about it. We're going to continue to slay and
Slay.
just be us, even though the world hates that. I'm just kidding. They don't. This is the one
A
month
little bit.
that they just have to keep their mouths shut
Exactly.
and just lie. If you're homophobic, just lie. It's Pride. Like you can hold it in for just 1 month.
Exactly. So if any homophobia, gone.
It doesn't exist this month.
Doesn't exist. My blinders are on.
All of the Pride collection at Target like cancels out the homophobia in the world.
No homophobia. Doesn't exist.
No.
Transphobia, maybe. Homophobia, no.
Oh, transphobia, actually, possibly, but homophobia is different.
Slay. All right, guys. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.